Terraces and Irrigation. So you're gonna get some dirt and sand in a box. You're gonna take it out and you gotta pour half of it. You're gonna construct your box first. You have 8 boxes. And you're gonna dump half of each bag into the box. You can dip it back and forth too if you want. But it's basically, you just gotta cover the bottom. You can kind of unclump it a little bit like that. Clump it all over here like this. And so there's 8 groups. So 4 will get sandy dirt, and 4 will get more soil-like dirt. So you spread it all, smooth it all out like that. Then each group also gets some palitos de paleta right here. I don't know, maybe 10. And then they also get some toothpicks, maybe 10. Doesn't matter that much. Then you want to prop it up, and you're going to get a block. You could prop it up 3 different ways. You could prop it up just like that. That's just a very small, slight hill. And then you can also prop it up like this, like that way. Gives you a slightly bigger hill. Then if you want to go for the ultimate challenge, you prop it up like that. Gives you a really big hill. And the challenge is then to build, the first challenge is to build terraces. See, this is your side hill. This is all you have to build your fields and raise your food for your family. You can't go to the store, you have to get it all from the field. So you might want to get a little bit wet to begin with. This is your little sprinkler bottle here. And get a little bit wet, and then just let them start building. And the trick is to build it like a staircase, like the terraces you saw in the pictures. Has to be a flat area and then a vertical area, flat and vertical, just like a stair steps. So you start at the top and make a flat field. I'm going with the high one. I think I'll go to the middle one just to make it. Of course, it's easier to build terraces if you don't have such a steep hill. The steep hills are the hardest and the worst land. The poorest farmers often have the steepest land to deal with. Okay, so there's a flat field. And then you want to make a clean break, vertical step. And then you make another field. A field like that. And it's good fun playing with dirt. Then another one, and another one, another one. So you got all those flat staircases, the fields. Then you can use your sticks. You can actually use them as part of the wall. You can put in little posts like this if you want. You can even poke them into the cardboard if you want. However they want to do it. Okay, and then when they're done, you ask them, what do you think? Is it going to stand up when the rains come? Because the next step, when everybody's got that, everybody's more or less got all their fields built, is to rain on the fields. So then it comes in, and the rain, and the thunderclouds coming over the mountains, and here it comes, starts slow, and then pretty soon it starts coming down really hard. And you can see if the fields, the terraces hold up, or if they break down. And there's all kinds of things to notice here. One thing here, I don't know if you can see, but it's breaking through there. I had a little wall there and it broke through. That's erosion. That's when the dirt gets taken by the water. That's erosion. It's extremely important. It's losing the topsoil. The topsoil is the place where things grow. If you lose the topsoil, you can't grow anything in the dirt underneath the topsoil. So you point out that was erosion. You point out that the sand is very likely not going to hold up as well as the other dirt. Sand is not as good at holding a vertical place. The sticks are absolutely instrumental. If you don't have enough sticks, or in real life, you might actually plant trees along your terraces or other kind of plants to hold the dirt in place. So all that stuff you'll be able to see and discuss as you're raining on their fields. Okay, so then you go and you make sure that other groups are all watching when you do one. So everybody gathers around a big circle and you show them one by one each one of the 8 stations. Okay, so that was part 1, the terraces. And in part 2, you take out all the sticks and you level it all off again. And now you got a different challenge. Now you you've got a water supply someplace else. Maybe it's a lake or a river or a main irrigation canal somewhere, and that's where the water is going to come in, and then you have to channel that water from that source down to your field. You say your field is all the way down here. You could even poke a hole. If you have a knife or scissors or something, you could poke a hole down there, but you don't have to poke a hole down there. You just say that's where the water is going to go. And you have to take the water from the top all the way down to that hole. And if you make a straight line straight down there, from the activity that we just did, you can see that it's just going to tear the dirt right down there. It's going to erode it all the way out the hill, all the way down the hill. And so what you want to do is make kind of an S curve, so it's never flowing very fast. It's kind of S curve, back and forth and back and forth. And then you can kind of dig it deeper, because you want to be able to carry a good bit of water. Make it deeper and deeper like this. And the corners here, the places where it turns, they're going to be the most important. When the water turns, it's going to want to wash it out. So you have to build them up, make it as deep as you think is going to work. And then once again, you could put some reinforcement in. If you think it's going to wash out there, you might want to put some sticks in there. And you could put a whole bunch of little toothpicks. You can act like the toothpicks are trees. I'm gonna plant some trees right there, because I think it's gonna wash out right there. All right, so it goes down here, comes around here, and down to here. All right, and once again, whenever they're done, you give them whatever, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to build it. And then when they're done, every group comes to each box to watch it happen. Now this time, you don't use the little sprinkle head. This time you dip the thing in there and fill it about half full. You could decide how much to put on it. It's if you put the whole bottle on it, you're gonna destroy them all probably. So maybe, whatever, halfway up the bottle, and say, okay, now we're gonna open the irrigation ditch. Now this is not rain. This is your irrigation ditches have gates on them, and we're gonna open the floodgates, and it's gonna flood down to your irrigation canal that you just made all the way down to your field. Your field is down here. You could say your field is all out here. So we're going to see if you built your irrigation canal good enough that it's going to take the water to where it's needed. All right, so let's see. Can you see this? Going to dump it in up at the top here. And let's see it happening. It's already breaking through. Oh my gosh, you would think after so many years of this activity I could do it, so it works. But this is working all right, so it's come down here. The main thing is it's moving slowly. That's what you want. You don't want it gushing down there. It's going to tear them out. Well, it is breaking through right there, though. It'd be better if I could pour it down like this. I'll pour it over here. You pour it in slowly, and oh, it's breaking all the way up. Oh my gosh, it just destroyed itself over there. It's not even going into the irrigation ditch. And so you can see that I should have had more support right up there at the top. Yeah. So each one is going to be different. However they make it, it's going to be different. And you can talk about what each one, and before you do it, you can ask them what they think is going to happen, their hypothesis for how well they built their ditch. And then of course you're going to see the big difference between the sandy one and the dirt one, the soil one. All right, and then don't forget to tell them that this is happening, to remind them, like you did in the discussion to begin with, that this is happening all over the world for thousands of years. People have had to try to plant things and use agriculture on the side of a hill. And when they did that, they had to make terraces and make irrigation ditches. So that's what we're doing. We're giving it a try, what these peoples who lived and farmed these hills for thousands of years have had to do. And that's it.